there was no way that we were going to sacrifice the quality of the show because of some rules, some things that were going to be forced to be put in place. So we decided that if we couldn't do it to the level that we thought we needed to have it done at for that professionalism, then we just wouldn't do it. Yeah. And so we stuck by our guns and our beliefs and what we want to move forward with Valor BK to become. We're not going to be pushed into doing something that isn't what we see as a vision on a whole as our team going forward, because it's very important that people understand Valor BK is Valor Bare Knuckle, not when the rules say it is, or when, depending on where you're at, it says it is. It is Valor BK, Valor Bare Knuckle, and that's what we will do, is bare knuckle.
You're the world's most dangerous man, UFC legend, Hall of Famer, and president of Valor Bare Knuckle. Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Dude, we spoke last year around August. A lot has happened since then. Valor Bare Knuckle, or VBK, took place September 21st, 2019, out there in North Dakota. How do you feel that event went, and what did you learn that you're either going to change or maybe add to the next one?
Well, the first event was awesome. We ran into a lot of issues, just like I think when you start something up new and you have certain things that you're expecting to happen, and you have some internal things going on within your company, just a lot of things that kind of threw us off the rails, but we were able to salvage it and get it back. And not only did we salvage it, but we put on one heck of a show. Yeah. It was the coverage was good. And so I thought we did a tremendous job of being able to recover from some of the adversities that we had. They were pretty significant. To put on a show like that, I was very happy. Yeah. The fights were awesome. The pit was awesome. The look of it was awesome. I thought after the fights were over, some of the knockouts that we had, the coverage that we got after the fight was tremendous. Everything was good. There was no bad things said about it. We thought we might have some pushback on the surface because there's no cage or no ropes. But in my mind, I felt like I would hope that people would understand that being a professional fighter, not an amateur fighter, but a professional fighter, you don't need ropes and you don't need fences to hold you in fight. Yeah. So I thought that was received very well. And so we're moving forward with another one. Obviously, the Kung Flu, was it the Kung Flu or something like that? Yeah. Oh, I can't even remember its name. But anyways, that kind of slowed everything down. We didn't feel like we wanted to take chances of bringing crowds and fighters and doing all those things without having a full understanding of what was happening. But we are looking and we are working towards doing another event, whether it be at the end of 2020 or whether it be at the beginning of 2021. That all depends on how everything kind of rolls out after the elections and things start kind of calming down a little bit. Yeah. We'll see where everything's at on where we're going to launch again. But we believe that Valor BK is unique. It's fun. It's exciting. And I truly believe it's the next big thing.
Yeah, I agree. I love the pit concept that you talked about there. Why did you guys decide to go with that pit versus the ring? I mean, obviously you mentioned like professional fighters know how to fight without the cage, but was there other reasons why you guys decided to go with that pit concept?
Well, I'll tell you the biggest reason was because of every time that me as promoting fights or as a fighter, it felt like it was either an advantage or it was a disadvantage to a fighter in the ring, or it was a disadvantage completely to the fans sitting on the outside because of the view of being able to see, being able to have a clear path to visualize what was going on in the ring and to be able to see everything going on. I thought that being able to do that, it would take away, especially as a fighter, whether you had advantage or a disadvantage, you had to stay in the middle and fight. Right. And then as a fan sitting on the outside, when you pay thousands of dollars for a front row seat and you have to look through a corner pad, or you have to look through ropes, or you can't see them because they're on the other side. And I felt like being able to do something like this would literally give the fans a much better visual excitement going into a fight. And that's exactly what it did.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, man. And I know that you had that second show planned for later on that year or earlier this year. Obviously, the coronavirus hit, and unfortunately, the event didn't happen. But a lot of money and time, and people make sacrifices for those events. But why did that second show not happen?
Well, and I can't. I mean, there was a lot of things, you know,
Yeah.
whether it was the seating or whether it was the space or the exits or the fire code. There was a lot of things that
Gotcha.
started to come up. And because of the issues we had in the first one, and because of the quality of the event that we had, there was no way that we were going to sacrifice the quality of the show because of some rules, some things that were going to be forced to be put in place. So we decided that if we couldn't do it to the level that we thought we needed to have it done at for that professionalism, then we just wouldn't do it. Yeah. And so we stuck by our guns and our beliefs and what we want to move forward with Valor BK to become. We're not going to be pushed into doing something that isn't what we see as a vision on a whole as our team going forward, because it's very important that people understand Valor BK is Valor Bare Knuckle, not when the rules say it is, or when, depending on where you're at, it says it is. It is Valor BK, Valor Bare Knuckle, and that's what we will do, is bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, starting with Rewebbed. They are the best digital marketing agency on the planet. I love working with those guys. Founded by a guy named Ian Inman. He's on a mission to feed 1 billion kids and help 1 million entrepreneurs. Go check them out. Tell them I sent you. Alpha Outpost, amazing monthly subscription box sent right to your door every single month. You can start for $5. They send you cool stuff like this. Go use the code TOPRATEDMMA for 15% off your order. Every time that I have a guest on my show, they say that's an amazing flag. Well, this flag here and many others that I own are from a company called Combat Flags. It's a veteran-owned company. They're on a mission to donate as much money as they can to stop soldier suicide. It's an amazing organization. Go check them out, Combat Flags.
Man, and I love it. And so many people, they make these compromises and they kind of, give into the rules, the boundaries set by everybody just to put on an event. And I love that you guys kind of stuck to your guns and weren't willing to sacrifice those standards. So thank you for doing that. And I'm really excited for this next event coming up.
Well, first of all, there was some thought behind it too, because it wasn't like we were going, well, we want bare knuckle just because we want it.
Right.
We want bare knuckle because when it comes to the safety of the fighters, wrapping your hands is not safe. Right. You wrap your hands, you're basically saying, I'm going to protect my hand with tape, and I'm going to punch you in the face with a rock. That's not safe.
Right.
So what we want to do is we want people to be accurate with their punches. So if you're going to use bare knuckle, you're going to have to hit the soft target, which means there's a square tissue on your face, not the forehead, not the side of the head, but a square inch around that is surface to punch while a guy's moving. You have to be more accurate on that. So if you're not going to be more accurate on that, you're going to damage your hand, or you're going to ease up on your punches and find your target before you throw hard. So for me, there was a thought into where we were going and how we were doing it. And it was to make it more professional, more acceptable within the medical field, because when you start putting tape on hands, wrapping hands, I can hit you in the head anywhere I want, because our hand is going to be more protected. Therefore, it's more dangerous. And I don't believe in that, man. I believe you get God-given talent and be more accurate and more professional with your strikes. And that's what's going to make Valor Bare Knuckle special.
Man, I love it, man. Absolutely. There's also a lot of things, happening behind the scenes. I know that it's kind of maybe a secret, but, and you mentioned the VBK next event, maybe later this year, early 2021, but is there any information that you can share on that next event?
Not right now.
Okay.
As much as I would love to.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that we have everything set. We don't want to make promises and then fall through. So we want to make sure that wherever we're doing this at, we're looking at a few places right now. that wherever we're doing it, that we're able to come out and one, make it safe for our fighters. First of all, it has to be safe. And I believe bare knuckle is safer than being able to let people wrap their hands.
Right.
We want to make sure that it goes within the code of what we're trying to do with Valor bare knuckle and our team and the direction that we're going. So once we get everything done and we got it in contract and we're moving forward with it, that's when we'll let people know. But like I said, we have gotten some pretty good, we've got some pretty good locations lined up right now. We're just going through the process to make sure that we get everything in a contract on a dotted line so nothing can be changed at the last minute. So we're going to do it right this time before we make any announcements.
Come on. That's awesome. I got to say, I love your new podcast. It's real. It's raw. You cover everything from personal stories, personal development to current events and fights. What inspires you to start the podcast?
Just have a voice to be able to reach out and help people, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for my mom and dad who owned the group home, Shamrock Boys Home.
Yeah.
That helped me become the man I am today. It's just an opportunity for me to do the same thing, to be able to have a voice, to be able, and I get people all the time writing in or calling in saying, man, I really appreciated it. It gave me some insight on some things that I'm going through. I answer people all the time when they tell me about things that they're going through. I try to give them some encouraging words and some steps to take in order to get through some of the hard times that they're going through. So it's important to me, and I think it should be important to anyone that has a platform to speak from, is to be positive about your message and not incite violence or riots or anger towards other people or other races, but to encourage people to be better and find something within themselves that will make them happy, and then spread that happiness to other people, not how bad things are or how bad you got it and how it's not fair, because none of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you fix it and keep moving forward.
Yeah, love it, man. Ken, such an honor to have you back on the show, man. I'm just praying blessings over you and your family and your upcoming events, man. And like I said, truly honored to have you on the show again. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for watching the show today. I so appreciate it. Please leave a comment down below. Leave us a review. Share this video. We want to get it in front of as many people as we can. I'm going to continue to bring on the best guests possible and the best up-and-coming fighters, real stories. Thank you so much for checking it out. Have an awesome day.